Risky, risky, wiki, crisis. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Twice is back with their title track, I Can't Stop Me. This is off of the mini album Eyes Wide Open, I believe. The last time I checked out Twice was like one of the first videos on my channel, the release of More and More, which I think at the time, being new to YouTube and it being like only my second or third video, I was a little reluctant to poo-poo on it at all. I did somewhat enjoy it at the time, but honestly, over time, More and More is just not a song that stuck with me, or it's not one that I really go back to very much. It is on my playlist, so I have heard it multiple times trying to get back into it, and I just wasn't feeling it. And honestly, getting over the weeks, getting the feel for the community's response, I feel like a lot of people also were very wish-washy on that song. That's fine if you enjoy it, but I felt like that wasn't what Twice has to really offer, and it was kind of the first time I was there proper for a Twice comeback. And Twice's debut song, Like Ooh Ah, was one of my favorite songs. I remember when that came out and I had no idea who Twice was, and even getting back into K-pop really hardcore a year ago, I found out that was their song. I was like, holy shit, I had no idea that back in 2015 when I was super into the song that it was actually the debut of one of the biggest girl groups in the world. So very cool. I am a noob to Twice pretty much. There are only a handful of songs I really know and listen to, but I think them being so popular, you kind of just pick up on certain songs like TT. I've never seen the music video. I've never really heard the full song, but I know parts of the chorus. There are songs like that I just kind of hear bouncing out in the echo of the K-pop internet. So here, I Can't Stop Me. I don't know what style they're going for. I know over time Twice has, and you see it with More and More, matured in a bit of a way. Less of the cutesy style that I remembered from like their early years, and even like Fancy and Feel Special were a bit more of a matured sound. So I'm assuming we're gonna get the same in that. Let's hop into some Twice. Maybe this will be the start of a Twice journey for me. I have no idea. I only know maybe 2 or 3 of the members, and I don't even know if I'll be able to pick them out by their faces. Let's just jump into it. This is I Can't Stop Me by Twice. I love how colorful it is already. Okay, this is already sounding synth wavy electro pop. That seems to be the trends of this latter half of the year. You have Luna doing that a lot. You just had Everglow with a comeback like that. And I think I heard initially that, yeah, this song was going to be like an electro pop sound, which already, you guys know, I'm in it. I'm here for the electro pop synth wavy throwback beats. Oh yeah. Yep. Wow. Oh, I like how the beat kind of slows up there. Ooh. Gorgeous visuals. Light colors. I like the filter on their voice. Honestly, I didn't really expect it to just kind of slide into the chorus like that. At first, I couldn't even tell. I was like, is this the chorus? Vocals. Hey. I like how slick and simple the choreography was there. I mean, they're totally going for that style. They even have like a Tron light cycle in this, and I guess maybe that was what the red line was between their dinner table. It's like the line followed by the light cycles from Tron. They're going for that 80s nostalgia, which is funny because I always felt like K-pop was, I mean, I don't even say I have to feel like it is largely a younger audience, but that doesn't mean it's enjoyed by all ages. I mean, look at me. There's a bunch of older reactors on here as well. But to do the 80s nostalgia thing, that to be the big thing right now, it's interesting because it's coming from it's focused towards a market that never knew or experienced the 80s or even like residual 80s stuff from the early 90s. Like a lot of people into K-pop now are born in like the late 90s to 2000s. I don't want to think people being born in the 2000s. No. Ooh. Wow, these visuals. Beautiful. It's so clear. Oh, I think I've seen a picture of this scene. I love it. The yellow accents on everything. Full yellow outfits. They look so good. Wow. Who was in the center there? Good lord. Risky wiki crisis. I like the cadence of their vocals there, though. It works well to break up how the song has sounded so far. Wow, holy visual. Is this Momo here in the center? In the center of that flower? Someone is belting it in the background, and also it is like so Twice, the little that I've seen of them, but even if you look at like the fancy MV, it is so them to have these big, elegant, epic CG backgrounds. Like they're not someone to shoot things practically a lot of the time. Their backgrounds are always bright, colorful, and lots of CG, which better for worse, take it however you want, but they're eye-catching. Like look at this canyon. Wow, denim outfits. I really like the choreography. Whoever is doing the vocals is still going off in the background. Wow. Is that Nayeon in the middle there? I feel like I usually recognize her. She's the leader, right? But is that her? No, that's Momo. That's Momo. Right? Told you I don't know Twice very well. Oh, is this a bridge? Or is the song over? Oh, the song's over. I think if this was maybe a bridge and they kind of slowed it down a bit and cut it into another chorus. But the song has already been, 3.5 minutes. All right, I like that so much more than More and More. Way more than More and More. And it being called I Can't Stop Me, and they're on this train that cannot be stopped, this unstoppable train. And yeah, the 80s aesthetics, the 80s sounds, the synthwave, synth poppy beats, like that is clearly the DNA of this song, and obviously the trend of what K-pop is doing in the latter half of this year. I felt like last year a lot of people were complaining about the empty choruses. It was like the heavy beat empty choruses with minimal vocals. That was kind of what was taking over. Think of like a Somi's Birthday or most Stray Kids songs. Things like that were kind of where things were turning, and now it seems everyone's going for this throwback synthwavy concept, and I'm a fan. If people might say it's overdone, but I do not care. This is like my bread and butter. This is kind of what I'm a sucker for a lot of the time, so I'm all for it. I really enjoyed this song. It didn't like get crazy hype. It was a nice chill, like plotting beat in a good way, like a song that you listen to at night in the car underneath the streetlights. Your typical kind of synthwave bop. They're kind of like that. They don't have crazy rises and crazy climaxes. It was kind of nice, like just chill, staying right in the middle in terms of the intensity of the song. I really enjoyed it. I Twice is a group that I desperately need to get into because I know a lot of you guys probably love them and they're huge, and I could barely recognize Momo between Nayeon. I was struggling, but I'm pretty sure that was Momo at the end. They seem to highlight her a lot, and for good reason. Holy hell, she looked very, very good. They all looked very good in this I almost said episode, in this MV. Honestly, like, you compare this MV with More and More, and it's like no question, like this is not only the better song to me, but the MV is just so much better. They all look incredibly fantastic. I love their outfits, from the denim ones to those all yellow ones. And even, yeah, when they were in all yellow, they were also in a subway, so still keeping that like unstoppable train symbolism. Anyway, that's enough for me ranting. I really enjoyed that. Maybe you guys could let me know down below other Twice stuff I should check out, because honestly, I don't listen to a ton of their stuff outside of like the ones that I got into when they came out. Like What Is Love was always like a banger for me before I got heavy into K-pop. Obviously, like Heart Shaker, I know those, but like the ones like Cheer Up and TT and Likey Likey and all of those, I never really got into those, but I know that they exist. So you guys let me know if you'd like me to get into more Twice stuff. Comment down below what I should check out, maybe guides to know the members better, because they are one of those massive K-pop groups that you kind of just have to have in your back pocket. You have to know them. Oh yeah, and I also know obviously Feel Special and Fancy. Those are bops. Love those very, very much. That's all for me, guys. Thank you so much. If you are a new subscriber, please, or if you are new here, please subscribe. That's what I'm trying to say. Please like this video to help me out in that crappy YouTube algorithm. I also launched a Patreon if you are interested. Live stages, long form content, all of that stuff is going to be pretty much launching on November 1st. You could sign up now and you won't be charged at all until November 1st. So this is kind of a soft launch window. But come November 1st, I will have, Road to Kingdom. I'm going to do NCT Life. I'm going to have Neverending Neverland for G-Idol. Lots of stuff up there for you to enjoy. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next video.